Hi everyone, we can't play music in our videos because of copyright, so we suggest that you put your own playlist on in the background. Just makes it more of a cooler vibe. We like to put our own music on in our classes when we teach, but sadly we can't do that on YouTube, so just remix it however you like. Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga with Harry and Emily. Today we're going to be doing a nice beginner vinyasa class. So vinyasa basically means that we move with the breath. If you watch our last sun sound video, you'll see what we're sort of getting at. So yeah, there's a few things we're going to do today. So there's eight limbs to yoga, and we're going to focus on 3 of them. We're going to focus on our pranayama, which is our breath work, our asana, which is our postures, and our meditation, which we do at the end. So we're going to begin with our pranayama. So just becoming nice and comfy. So you can choose to sit cross-legged if that's nice for you. You can sit on a cushion or a block. But I find it a lot easier to lie down because then I can really think about the breath and I don't have to worry about whether I'm hunched over or not. So maybe just coming onto our backs or whatever's comfortable for us. And we're just going to begin by watching the breath. So what do I mean by that? We're just becoming aware that the breath's there, but we're not going to change anything just yet. We're just watching, becoming the observer. So maybe we can notice where the breath is entering. Is it entering through the nose or the mouth? And then maybe noticing where the breath is going. Does it go into the chest, the ribs, the belly? We're then going to see if we can breathe through the nose. So if that's not available, just breathe through the mouth, that's fine. But if we can, try and breathe nasally. We're then going to see if we can breathe into the belly. So as we breathe and inhale, we're going to see if we can push the belly out. So breathing into the belly. As we exhale, we imagine the belly button is drawn towards the spine. Inhale, the belly goes out. Exhale, the belly goes in. You might find putting your hand over the belly helps sort of feel this. Allowing the eyes to be closed, so our senses focus on the breath. Staying with this belly breath while I explain the practice for our pranayama today. So we're going to do box breathing. So this is where we're going to inhale for a set of time. We're then going to hold the inhale where we don't do anything. This is our retention. So we do that for the same set of time. We then exhale for the same set, retention and hold again, and then repeat. So it's almost like a box. So we're going to begin with a 3-second box. So just taking a nice deep breath in now. Exhale, letting it all out. Inhaling to the count of 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 3, 2, 1. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Just allowing the breath to return back to normal now, maybe seeing if we can do the belly breathing. And just noticing any differences that are going on after that box breathing. So we're going to advance this onto a 4-second box now. Just taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, letting it all out. Inhaling to the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just allowing the breath to return back to normal now. Watching any changes. Just start to take a few deep breaths now. We're mentally preparing to move on to the physical part of the practice, the asanas. Maybe invite a little wiggle into the fingers and toes. Good. So if you're sat up during this practice, just coming back onto a seat, to lying down on the floor into Savasana. That's where we're going to begin. Okay, so we're going to begin by inhaling both knees to the chest. And maybe just giving them a nice little hug, rocking side to side. On the next exhale, we're going to drop the legs back down to the mat where we started. We're going to inhale the right knee to the chest, hugging the right knee on its own now. As we inhale, we're going to point the base of the foot to the roof. So you can bring the hands on the hamstring behind the knee. Nice deep breath here. Really drawing the toes to the shin. Okay, so as we inhale, we're going to walk the hands up the leg, coming into our head to shin pose. Exhaling as we slowly walk back down the leg, bending the knee and allowing the foot to meet the mat, meet the other leg. Maybe give them a little shake. Then I'm going to inhale the left knee to chest. Inhale as we point the base of the foot to the sky and bring the hands to bind behind the hamstring or the knee. Drawing the toes to shin, so really pushing the heel away, engaging through the leg. We're going to inhale as we walk up the leg, head to shin pose. Exhaling as we walk back down the leg, bending the knee and allowing both legs to meet. Inviting a little wiggle. Going to inhale the right leg, giving it a nice little hug, And we're going to come into a one-legged happy baby. So we're going to extend the leg nice and straight, bringing the right peace fingers in between the big toe and allowing the knee to drop to the side. If you don't like the feeling in between the toes, you can just grab the base of the foot and just really opening that hip, allowing the left leg to fully relax. Breathing nice and deep here, maybe seeing if we can do a few belly breaths. Exhaling as we allow the legs to come back to centre, giving it one last hug, and exhaling as we lower both legs to meet. We're going to inhale the left knee to chest, giving it a nice hug. Inhale as we point the base of the foot to the sky and coming into our one-legged happy baby, dropping the knee to the side and binding on either the big toe or the base of the foot. And then just allowing the body to relax as the knee sinks. Exhaling as we unbind the hand, bending the knee, and just allowing both legs to come to the ground. Maybe invite a little shake. We're then going to come into our full happy baby. So inhaling both knees. We're going to bind round the big toe or the base of the feet, and then allowing both knees to drop to the side. Base of the feet still pointing towards the roof. And maybe we can invite a slight rock side to side here. Really nice massage for the lower back. One last deep breath. Exhale as we unbind the feet, allowing the feet to come to the mat. So we're going to sit up into our staff pose. So almost creating like an L shape with the body. So sat nice and tall, feet out in front of us. We're going to draw the toes to shin just like we did when we were on our backs. Making sure we're sat nice and straight. We're going to inhale as we imagine the crown of the head being pulled up towards the roof. The shoulders roll away from the ears. Nice deep breath here. We're going to inhale as we raise the arms up. Exhale as we allow the hands to fall towards the feet. Coming into our seated forward fold. With no aim to try and touch the toes. We're just allowing ourselves to soften into this pose. Allowing the head to be heavy. Inhaling as we come up nice and tall again. Exhale, relaxing the arms. So we're going to see if we can bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. See if you can do it without using the hands, and if you need to adjust, you can do. So we're really drawing the toes to shin. Sitting nice and tall with the hips forward. So we're not opening to the side, we're keeping the hips square with the left foot. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhaling as we fall forward. Allowing the head to be heavy. Inhaling as we come up nice and tall, reaching for the sky. Exhale as we bring the right foot to meet the left, and then bringing the left foot to meet the inside of the right thigh, squaring the hips. Inhaling nice and tall, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale as we fold forward. Really relaxing over the leg, breathing here. Inhaling as we come up nice and slow, reaching tall. Exhale, bringing both legs out in front of us again. Maybe inviting a little wiggle, start to warm up a bit more now. So we're just going to scoop the legs underneath and coming into a tabletop position. Okay, so the shoulders are over the wrists, the hips are over the knees. There's a lot of right angles going on. We're going to touch the big toes together and start to walk the knees out wide. We're then going to see if we can sink the bum towards the heels and then maybe walk the hands down, allowing the head to rest on the mat. So this is our child's pose. This is our safe pose in yoga. Allowing the eyes to close, taking a few deep breaths here. Always like this pose because you can let out a big goofy smile and no one can see you. So knowing we can come into this pose at any point in the practice. Maybe we get tired, maybe we've got injuries or limitations. This is the pose we do when we're not quite sure what to do instead. Just really grounding, a really good hip opener. So we're going to inhale as we slowly walk the hands back to the knees. We're then going to come in back into our tabletop. So the shoulders are over the wrists, the hips are over the knees. Keeping the spine straight, the chin slightly tucked to the chest so we're looking down towards the mat. Nice deep breath here. So we're going to come into our cat-cows. So as we inhale, we want to drop the chest, raising the chin. Exhaling as we push away from the mat, arching the back, tucking the chin in. Inhale, drop the chest, raise the chin, and imagine you're pulling the shoulder blades back. Exhale, push away from the mat, tucking the chin in. Inhale, drop the chest, raise the chin, tilting the pelvis to the sky. Exhale, pushing away from the mat, tuck the chin, and also tucking the pelvis in and through. So really engaging the core. Inhale, drop the chest, raise the chin, and then just moving with your own breath through this, so going at your own pace. Good. So when we're ready, meeting at a tabletop position. Nice neutral back. We're going to inhale as we draw the right arm out towards the sky. Coming nice and tall, really opening the chest. Exhale as we bring the right hand underneath the left armpit. the right cheek meets the mat, and we walk the left hand out in front of us, coming into our thread the needle. Seeing if we can relax here, breathing nice and softly. I'm going to walk the left hand back to where we started. Grounding through the left hand, we're going to inhale as we draw the right arm all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, coming into tabletop. Good. We're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to inhale as we draw the left arm up to the sky. Exhale as the left hand comes underneath the right armpit. The left cheek meets the mat, the left hand relaxes, and we walk the right arm out in front of us. Nice deep breaths here. We're going to walk the right hand back. Grounding. Inhaling as we push through, bringing the left hand back to the sky. Exhale, coming down to tabletop. Good. So we're going to come to standing. So one way we can do this is we can tuck the toes, rocking back into a squat and then stand up, or just taking whatever variation you'd like. And then we're going to come into our mountain pose. So feet shoulder width apart, palms facing forward, standing nice and tall with the chest nice and proud. Closing the eyes, taking a few deep breaths here, connecting with the breath.
Okay, we're going to move on to our sun salutation part of today's practice. So we're just moving that little bit more quicker, flowing with the breath here. So when we're ready, nice and tall, we're going to inhale as we raise both arms all the way up, maybe inviting a slight back bend. And on the exhale, hinging from the hips, folding forward. And then once we're here, maybe grabbing opposite elbows as we bend the knees more than usual, allowing the head to hang heavy as we invite a little rock from side to side. Warming up here. Taking a nice inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to plant the hands and step back into our plank position. From here, we're going to drop the knees and then the chest and then the chin. We're going to inhale into baby cobra. So here we really want to push the feet into the mat to protect that lower back. Almost no weight in the hands. On the exhale, we're going to curl the toes, pushing back onto the knees and then all the way up into downward facing dog. Here, maybe pedaling the feet out, bending one leg and then the other. Allowing the chest to sink towards the feet. As we inhale, maybe drawing up onto the tiptoes. And then maybe tiptoeing or simply stepping back into our forward fold in between our hands. We're going to inhale to a halfway lift, that nice flat back. Maybe resting the hands on the shin. And then bringing the arms all the way up. And exhaling as we bring him to prayer, Samasthiti. Good. One more time. Inhaling the arms all the way up. Maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhaling to a halfway lift, that nice flat back. On the exhale, planting the hands, stepping back into our plank position. Now here we can either lower down, knees, chest, chin like we did earlier, or you can try lowering all the way down like a push-up. Inhaling into baby cobra or all the way up into upward facing dog. Exhale as we curl the toes back into downward facing dog. Bringing the gaze in between the feet. Inhaling as we step forward back into our forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, that nice flat back, and then bring it all the way up, nice and tall, and exhaling as we bring the hands to prayer, Samasthiti. Good. And then just closing the eyes here as we connect with the breath. Noticing any changes in the body, how we're starting to warm up. Do we feel more energized? Good. And then when we're ready, we're going to inhale as we raise the arms all the way up nice and tall. Maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, hinging, folding forwards. We're going to inhale to a halfway lift, that nice flat back. And on the exhale, we're going to step the left foot back this time. And then we're going to inhale all the way up into a high lunge. We want the knee over the ankle, maybe just seeing the big toe. Really nice, strong legs here. Going to inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to pivot the back foot 45 degrees as we drop the arms to a T shape as we come into our warrior two. Again, knee stacked over the ankle, making sure we're not dropping that back arm. We want it nice and level with the front. Inhaling here. And on the exhale, we're going to flip the front palm. And we're going to draw it over our head as we drop the back arm and rest it on the leg, coming into our peaceful warrior. We're going to inhale as we come back into our warrior two. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands, planting them on the floor, stepping back into plank, lowering down your way. Inhaling into baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. From here we're going to inhale to raise the left leg all the way up towards the sky as we come into our three-legged dog. On the exhale, bending the knee, opening the hip. Inhaling as we step all the way forward now, back into our forward fold. Inhaling to a halfway lift, that nice flat back, and then bring it all the way up nice and tall. And exhaling as we bring hands to prayer, Samasthiti. Good. We're going to do the same on the opposite side now. Connecting with the breath here. Inhale, bringing the arms all the way up nice and tall. Slight back bend. Exhaling as we fold forwards. We're going to inhale to a halfway lift, that nice flat back. And on the exhale, stepping the right foot back this time. And then we're going to inhale all the way up to high lunge. Nice strong legs. Inhaling here. And on the exhale, pivoting the back foot 45 degrees, dropping the arms to a T, sinking into that front leg, warrior two. On the inhale, we're going to flip the front palm, drawing it towards the back of the room, resting that back arm on the leg, peaceful warrior. Inhaling back to warrior two, And then cartwheeling the hands down onto the floor into our plank, lowering down. Inhaling into baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. We're going to inhale as we draw the right leg all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, step it forward, all the way into our forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, that nice flat back. And then bring it all the way up nice and tall. And exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Good. Close the eyes here, connecting with the breath. As we move on to our peak pose today. So we're going to play around with tree and warrior 3 today. So wherever we're at, we're going to come into our mountain pose. So really grounding through the feet. Opening the chest nice and proud. We're going to shift the weight over to the right leg. Maybe peeling up the left foot here. You can bring the hands to prayer. You can put your hands on your hip here. And we're going to pick a point of focus, our drishti, onto the floor. So this can be a little mark or a little speck on the carpet, something that you can really focus on. When we're ready, we're going to place the left foot just on that straight leg. And then maybe staying here, this is fine. Or maybe lifting just below the knee. Or maybe the full expression, bringing the foot into the inner thigh. Maybe bringing the arms all the way up. Remembering that balance, point of focus, breathe in here. And on the exhale, peeling the foot, placing it down. And then just having a little wiggle, just experimenting with what we've done. Good. We're going to switch over now to the opposite side. So shifting the weight over to the left foot. Really grounding through all toes. Finding our point of focus on the floor. We're just going to lift the right foot up and just rest it onto that straight leg. And then maybe staying here, this is absolutely fine. Or maybe lifting it just below the knee. Or maybe having a go at the full expression, placing it on the inner thigh of that left leg. Coming into our tree pose. We see this posture a lot in yoga. It's one of the most popular ones. Maybe bringing the arms all the way up. Shoulders away from the ears. We don't want to be crunched up at the top. Taking a nice inhale here. And on the exhale, peeling that foot off. Placing it back down onto the mat. And then maybe just inviting a little wiggle here. Shaking off what we've just done. Good. We're going to have a play now with our warrior 3. So if you're in your living room, you can maybe use the sofa for this. You can maybe use a block if you've got one handy. So nice and strong in our mountain pose. We're going to do the right leg first. So we're going to bring the hands to prayer into Samasthiti. And what we're going to do is we're going to peel up the right foot. Similar to what we've just done in tree. But this time we're going to send it towards the back of the room, hinging forward. And then maybe staying here, or maybe Even using the sofa here as we extend the leg back. Coming into our warrior 3 pose. Using what you've got in your house or wherever you're watching this today, and then having a little play. Remembering that point of focus on the floor, maybe bringing the arms out, nice T shape. And then when we're ready, exhaling as we lower it down, back into our mountain pose. Maybe having a shake here, maybe taking a forward fold. And then when we're ready, we're going to switch on to the opposite side. So we're going to ground through the right leg as we peel up the left foot. Bringing the hands to prayer. We're going to send that left leg back. And then maybe here, maybe this is it for you, this is fine. Maybe lowering down, maybe the hands meet the mat. Making sure we're drawing the toes to shin, really active back leg. And then when we're ready, just lowering down. Maybe inviting a little wiggle from side to side. And then just closing the eyes here, connecting with the breath. And then you can have a little bit of another play at this if you want. You can pause the video, have another play at tree, have another experiment with warrior 3. But for now, we're going to come into our seated part.
So we're going to come into our cool down and start to get ready for Savasana. So we're going to make our way down to the floor now. So we're going to come into our Malasana squat. So a few variations for this. We can sit on a block or a pillow. If we find we don't need it, that's great. Or maybe we find the heels are elevated. If you've got a cushion or anything soft, or maybe even a book, you could slide that under the heels. Just might allow you to sit a bit comfier. So just starting to slow the breath down in this Malasana. Knowing that the hard poses are done. Could begin to unwind. Taking a nice deep breath here. Exhaling, we're just going to slowly come down to the mat. So we're going to come into our staff pose that we did at the start. So we're creating that sort of L shape. Really drawing the toes to shin. Lovely. So we're going to come into our half Lord of the Fishes. So we're going to see if we can bring the right foot over to the other side of the left thigh without using the hands. We might find right at the end we just need a little bit of assistance, but trying to challenge ourselves through this. Inhaling as we lift nice and tall here. On the next inhale, we're going to draw the left hand up to the sky. Exhale as we wrap around the right knee, bringing on gaze over the right shoulder. The right hand walks out behind us. If it's available, we can pivot the straight leg underneath, but make sure both bum cheeks are on the floor. For me, I can't do this, so keeping the leg straight means I get the stretch where I need it and I'm not cheating myself. So coming into our half Lord of the Fishes, inhaling nice and tall, exhaling, twisting that a little bit more. Exhaling as we come back to centre, unravelling the arms, and then seeing if we can bring the leg back without touching it with our hands. Good. We're going to inhale as we draw the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Inhaling as we sit nice and tall. On the next inhale, we're going to draw the right arm up. Exhale as we wrap around the left knee, gazing over the left shoulder, walking the left hand out behind us. Inhale, lift nice and tall. Exhale, just twisting that a little bit more. Making sure we draw the toe to shin if we've got the leg straight. One last deep breath. Exhaling as we unravel the hands and bringing both feet back out in front of us. Lovely. So we're going to come onto our backs, planting the feet on the mat, but we're going to keep the knees bent. So we're going to come into our window wipers. So taking a nice deep inhale. We're going to exhale as we drop the knees to the right hand side, really allowing them to be floppy and lazy. We're then going to inhale the legs back to centre, exhaling to the left. Inhale back to centre, exhale to the right. We're then going to follow this with our own breath, so moving at the pace that your breath requires. And then you might find you want to take a few breaths on one side, just doing whatever's calling you, really using your intuition and understanding what the body needs. So when you're ready, coming back to centre with the knees bent. And we're going to take a nice inhale as we hug the knees. Maybe rocking side to side. And then a nice deep inhale in. Exhale, allow the knees to drop, the legs to fall straight, and the feet to open wide. Good. So coming into our Savasana now, just make sure you're nice and comfy. So you can grab a blanket or a pillow, whatever you need. And then just lying on our backs. Allowing the body to relax. Allowing the head to be heavy. Allowing the breath to return to normal. And allowing the mind to be still. So we're just watching the thoughts, we're not becoming attached to them, and just knowing that we can think about them later. So we're going to go through a yoga nidra or a body scan. So we're going to talk through the body, and as we go through part by part. Almost imagine you're relaxing each part as we go. You can maybe imagine there's a nice blue gel moving through the body and sort of have this calming effect. So just relaxing here. We're going to bring our awareness to the right foot. Bringing our awareness into the right big toe. Then the first toe, the second toe, the third toe, and the fourth toe. Bringing our awareness to all the toes and moving along the base of the foot, moving into the heel, around the top of the foot, and then bringing our awareness into the right ankle as we move up the shin, the calf, into the knee joint, relaxing as we go, bringing our awareness into the quadriceps and the hamstring, through the whole of the right thigh. Allowing the whole right leg to fully relax. We're going to bring our awareness to the left foot, to the left big toe, the first toe, the second toe, the third toe, and the fourth toe. Bringing our awareness to all the toes together. Imagine we're moving along the base of the foot towards the heel. Bringing our awareness across the top of the foot and moving into the left ankle. Moving up into the shin and the calf, relaxing as we go. Moving into the left knee joint, releasing any tension. Bringing our awareness into the quadriceps, hamstring, as we move through the left thigh. Allowing the whole left leg to fully relax. Bringing our awareness to the tailbone as we allow the pelvis to be heavy and relaxed. Moving up the spine, from the lower back to the mid back, from the belly to the ribs, from the upper back to the chest. Relaxing the torso as a whole. Bringing our awareness to the shoulders. Bringing our awareness to the right arm as we move into the right arm, going down the bicep and the tricep. Bringing our awareness to the right elbow, the forearm, the wrist. Bringing our awareness to the palm of the right hand, the right thumb, the first finger, the second finger, the third finger, and the fourth finger. Relaxing the whole right hand and arm as a whole. Shifting our awareness to the left arm as we move down the left arm into the bicep and the tricep, into the left elbow, down the forearm, into the wrist. Bringing our awareness to the palm of the left hand into the left thumb, first finger, the second finger, the third finger, and the fourth finger. Relaxing the whole left hand and the whole left arm together. Bringing our awareness to the neck, moving around the neck to the jaw, to the chin, to the back of the head. Moving up the ears and the back of the head to the top of the head. Softening the jaw, relaxing the tongue, bringing awareness to the lips, the nose, the eyes, moving down the top of the head, down the forehead, underneath the eyebrows, the whole face fully relaxed, and bringing our awareness in between the eyebrows, at the third eye, allowing our attention to stay here as we allow the whole body to relax, staying in this Savasana while I mind the time.
And when you're ready, slowly starting to bring awareness back to the body, maybe deepening the breath, maybe wiggling the toes, wiggling the hands, maybe inviting a stretch, bringing both arms above the head. Keeping the eyes closed in your own time, just rolling over to one side in almost like a fetal position. slowly making your way all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing the hands to prayer as we thank ourselves for coming to the mat today, joining us in your practice, giving yourself this time, this you time to look after yourself. Namaste.
Namaste everyone. Stay tuned for more videos, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever you like. And yeah.
We hope you enjoyed today's practice and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you.